Hey guys, it is Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and today I'm going to do another book talk for Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. You guys, this book, I don't even know where to begin. So, I'm usually more of a young adult type reader, the contemporary, the fantasy, that kind of stuff. But lately I've been having the urge to read thrillers and kind of adult thrillers, I guess. So, yeah, and in order to do that, I had to find some books that I might enjoy. So I definitely give props to, the first person I saw that said that this was really good was Desi from Pastel Pages, I believe. And then there was, I can't think of any. And then I know a couple of other books that I recently bought as well were from recommendations from Gabby Reads, her thriller recommendation videos. So, thanks guys. So this, if you don't know what it's about, basically it's about this girl who becomes a apartment sitter in a very high class fancy apartment complex or whatnot in New York called the Bartholomew. And she becomes an apartment sitter because she's right now kind of living with a friend, and she just wants to be, and she lost her job, she lost her boyfriend, so she's kind of trying to get away from everything and just do her own thing, I guess. And so she sees an ad, she goes, and of course, we know she's probably gonna get it, and it just, it starts, so how the book starts is it goes from, it starts off kind of like from the back. I don't know if that makes sense. Like we see her in like she's talking to a doctor, she's in the hospital and all this. And then after that chapter it says 6 days earlier. So it starts from her getting the position to be an apartment sitter. So you're kind of wondering from the beginning what happened to her to put her in this hospital setting, and it just kind of goes from there. So it's like 6 days earlier, and then goes into another chapter of her kind of being in this hospital setting with these doctors, and then 5 days earlier, and it just keeps going and going. And all the while you're trying to figure out what happened to this poor girl, why is this happening to her. And it's just so, I loved it. Like, I'm so happy I picked it up, and I picked up another one of Riley Sager's books, so I'm definitely going to be reading that one as well. But it just, so she meets all these different people in this apartment building, and she's got all these rules. She can't leave the apartment at night, she can't have anybody over ever, and just like these weird, bizarre, kind of rules that are like, okay, they're a little off, but hey, it's $4,000 a month for 3 months. That's a pretty good price. But she finally learns throughout the story that there's probably a reason for that. And then she also meets Ingrid, who's another apartment sitter who she talks to. And then the next day, Ingrid disappears. And so throughout the story now, she's trying to figure out what happened to Ingrid. Is it something to do with the Bartholomew? And it's just like crazy. I loved the writing. I loved the suspense. I loved like the imagery of the Bartholomew. Like, I guess it's kind of like gothic setting in a way with gargoyles and stuff like that. And we get to meet the different inhabitant, the different people that live in it. There's the writer who wrote, I can't even think of her name now. Jules. There's the writer who wrote Jules' favorite book that lives there. There's an actress that her and her mom used to watch that lives there. There's a doctor. And just, it's just, I don't know what to say without sounding too gushy and stuff, but it was really, really good. And I think probably maybe halfway through, and stuff started happening between her and some other people, is when I really started to kind of figure out what, well, not really what was going on, but more like who maybe this bad person is in the Bartholomew. So I kind of had my hunch, but I had to wait and let it play out, and it definitely played out like with the person I thought, but so much more than just that person being one of the bad people. Like, yeah, it was like so much more of a complex story, because like the history of the Bartholomew, Jules was trying to figure it out, because there were so many unanswered deaths. There was deaths that were answered. I mean, there was a suicide from the person who built it. Then there was these deaths of these maids, or these slaves, or not slaves, but maids, and just so much unanswered that she wanted to figure it out. So the farther she went into digging into it, the more closed lipped the people were at the Bartholomew. So it was great. Like, I loved it. So I can't wait to read the other two books of Riley Sager's. I have Final Girls, which is the other one. But so yeah, it's great. So yeah, if you don't want to know any kind of spoilers, or like what happens kind of near the end, or what kind of happens near the end, then definitely turn off now, because I can't help it, but I'm going to kind of give some stuff away, because I just feel like talking about it. So, yeah, turn it off if you don't want to know anything about the rest of the end of the book. So, you guys, like, when we find out that every one of these people are like somehow connected in the story, like we find out that Nick the doctor is a great grandson to the doctor who killed himself, and the architect and stuff of the building. And so it's this whole sinister thing going on with the doctor and him harvesting organs from these apartment sitters, and they've been doing it. And so before Jules finally figures it out, once she sends a text message to Ingrid, and Ingrid texts her back, calling her, telling her that no, you don't have a nickname, Jules is your name. And she's like, it clicks that no, that's not true, because Ingrid gave her a nickname. So she automatically, and the only one that she told the only one that she said, the only person that she told that Jules is not a nickname, it's her name, was Nick. So it's like, oh my god, you guys. Like, I kind of had this feeling that it was going to be him just because he was too perfect and a doctor, and it just didn't sit right. So something was going on there. And so from that time on, and she figured it out, she tried leaving, and and when she left, and so at the beginning of the book, we see her at this hospital with these doctors, but in actuality, these doctors and this hospital are in the Bartholomew, and like hidden in Nick's apartment. And it's just like, so he's trying to harvest, like he already harvested one of her organs, and he's trying to take other parts of her. And it's like mind blowing, I guess. I don't know. It was just great. Like, and I wanted to see her fight her way out of this. And it just, guys, oh, it was so great. Was so freaking happy with the ending. It sounds weird, but I just loved building up to that point. So it was great. Like, and I'm glad that she was, able to find her friend. I was happy for that to happen, and glad that, she wasn't dead. But it just, yeah, I loved it. So that is the spoiler that I'm going to give. That's pretty big spoiler. Actually, that's a lot of a spoiler. It's like the end. But anyways, if you guys have any more questions, or if you've read this and I want to know what you thought, let me know. And I'm just like, and if you've read his, I don't know why I call him, I don't know. If you've read any other Riley Sager books, let me know what you thought about them. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.